good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourselves in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment. God damn it, Solon, now I've just got the fucking Jamaican accent in my fucking head. Oh, okay. And welcome to another exciting installment of fuck you, Solon. Sorry. Welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm Zen. This afternoon's scene is going to be set, or this evening's scene will be set at the Griffith Club, also known as the Etherite Bar, just off Grafton Street in Dublin city centre. Oh. The normal, decrepit barman, whom, as I have described him previously, looked like he went down with the Titanic, the Olympic, and the Lusitania, has been replaced by a slightly younger man with pinched features, who looks like he may be the most anally retentive thing since the British royal family. Trust me, Google it; it's a thing. But we shall start the scene as Titanic phase. We shall start the scene as our motley assemblage enter. So, Finlay, you may go first.
Well, Finley's only been here once, so he's going to head in, look around. No horrible Death Lords here tonight, thankfully. At least not that he's noticed. Are there many other random people, or so far is it pretty empty?
It's pretty empty tonight. It's a slow night.
Okay. Yeah, all he knows is this is like an Etherite hangout, and he's been here once to meet other people, so he'll just head to the bar.
And what can I get for you this evening, sir? Says the bartender.
Coffee?
Would you like that black with sugar, cream, cinnamon? I don't bloody know.
Just black.
Very well, sir. He will potter off, and a couple of moments later return with a small teapot that contains coffee and a mug.
Yay.
Okay. Christina.
Christina has also only been here once before. But she decides to pay a visit again. And she walks in and is a little disappointed to not see the very old man who was there before. But alas, she shall have to survive. She will go up to the bar and let's see. What stuffy British drink can she order? A brandy. That's what she will get.
That is rather stuffy and British.
I know. She kind of is too, so it's okay.
Okay. The barman will look her up and down and will say, "Yes, madam, whatever you think, madam." Or he will turn on his heel, proceeds to walk to the back of the bar, raise his hand to a middling shelf, take down a bottle of brandy, and pour some into a glass and present it to you.
She will take it, and she will pay, and she will say, "Thank you."
Whatever you say, you're welcome.
She will sit at the bar and sip her brandy.
I mean, it's rather pleasant brandy.
She will smile in approval.
So wait, this is a different barman than the one I saw before, right? Or wasn't a barman there that night?
Correct, there wasn't. This is clearly a replacement barman, the one who was absentee the night you were here. give me just a moment.
No problem.
I just want to get the correct picture for this.
Finley's not ignoring the new arrival. He's just slightly focused on the coffee at the moment. At least he's not drinking it out of the teapot.
Finlay's parents figured out that they tried to teach their son the difference between hot and cold. It didn't work exactly as planned. Okay. You will notice this owl seated on the outside, or standing on the outside of the window that overlooks the Dublin city street below you. And he appears to be staring rather intently through the glass.
And anything in particular?
He's looking at Christina.
Huh.
As in, if she moves, his head will move.
Finley's
She'll
going.
look at it.
He's very obviously watching.
She'll look at him, and she will speak to him because lovely merit called communicate with animals. May I help you?
It quirks its head to the side, as only owls have the ability to do, and appears to be contemplating for a few moments before it says, "Perhaps, maybe, but not altogether."
She'll nod. Well, what brings you here?
You will notice it will step through the glass, as in it won't physically, as in the glass won't break, but it will almost feel like it phases through it.
Okay.
And it proceeds to kind of hop forward on the windowsill. And it's still looking at you, and it says, "My name is Archimedes."
The very
For
noble
the
name.
record, it says that in English.
And everybody can hear it?
Everyone can hear it. Solon, a bird, just
What?
said its name was Archimedes.
Well, since it's not addressing me, I'm continuing to watch at the moment. You know, it'd be impolite to interfere, but I'm kind of like, talking animals. Okay, chalk that off the list.
My
This
good man,
doesn't-
would you mind
doesn't
please
favor-
pouring me a... Oh, sorry, continue.
I was gonna say this doesn't phase Christina in the slightest. This has actually happened to her on more than one occasion.
My dear man,
Um,
would you mind pouring me some of that coffee into a small thimble, please?
What? Oh, sure.
Thanks.
And you'll get something from the bartender that is serviceable.
Okay. The barman will look ever so slightly confuzzled as he will place down in front of you basically a very small cup that's used to serve espresso.
Yep, he'll pour it in and slide it over to where the bird can get to it.
The bird will very casually kind of bend down, and you hear the clip, clip, clip of its beak as it appears to drink the coffee before it'll straighten itself up and go, "Ah, excellent. Makes everything better, you know. Good for the heart, I'm led to understand."
In small doses, sure.
My name is Archimedes, as I'd said. And yours is?
I'm assuming that's directed at
No, he's directing it at you.
Finley Weiss.
He will hold out one of his talons. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Weiss.
He'll very carefully shake the talon, like, okay. He's kind of got that bemused look of like, okay, I'm going with this. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I'm just going to go with it.
And you are Miss Christina Spanos, yes?
I am. How do you already know my name?
He appears to once again contemplate as he quirks his head to the side, and he says, "You made rather the impression on the master. The master has decided that I should come and help you in whatever meager way I can."
She smiles at that and kind of beams, like, "Oh, well, okay then." All right.
He will say, "Arm, please."
Oh, she'll hold out her arm for him to perch on.
He will perch on the arm, and he will kind of hop up onto the shoulder. Kind of hop, hop, hop. This place does rather excellent coffee.
It's definitely not bad. Actually, last time I don't even know if he had coffee. I don't know if he had anything. No, he did, and it got covered in ectoplasm and shit. I remember now.
The owl kind of contemplates for a moment. He says, "I'm rather sure that ectoplasm and shit are two rather distinct near bodily fluids, but if you insist, yes, quite, yes."
I was going to go with it being out of character, but I'll go with it being in character now, just to keep that.
Do it, yes. Christina will say, well, isn't ectoplasm just really ghost shit?
That's how I understood it.
I should think excretions would be rather apt, yes.
Excrement.
Yes. Well,
I accept this.
the owl will nod as if some kind of grand concordance had come about and say, "Yes."
Yup. Oh my god, these two are gonna get along famously. I love it.
Congratulations, by the way. He may or may not also be your Hog's Watch present.
Nice.
If you would like to intro Jackie, you can now do so. Marcus is dead. Long live the Marcus.
Jackie comes in looking bedraggled, covered from head to toe in dirty water and ice cream cone. He walks in, gets up, dusts himself off, walks up to the bar, orders a cup of coffee, and says, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
I assume he generally looks like crap right now. Between all the various things that have happened.
Yes.
He's just going to take a look. I assume Sideshow has not told him a thing, right, Evan?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay. So he knows nothing about this whatsoever. He just looks like, yeah, you look like you've seen better days.
Well, price of doing business, I guess. But hey, at least the coffee's free.
As you were handed the coffee,
ma'am?
As you were physically handed the coffee, for the record, the barman will hand you a cup, the handle of which will break, spilling the scalding hot coffee right in your lap.
He kind of grits his teeth and goes,
My. What an interesting series of smells this man seems to have created. Yes, there was a talking owl.
"How you do, friend? Name of Jackie Kenrowan. Ma'am, how you do? Name of Jackie Kenrowan. Nice to meet you."
The owl will hop off Christina's shoulder and will hop across the bar to Jackie. He will extend his talon again and he'll say, "My name is Archimedes. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
My whole life I expected to meet a talking crow or a raven, but I ain't never expected to meet no talking owl. Nice to meet you, Mr. Owl. He extends his... Oh, he shakes it with that hand, yes.
Okay. The owl will casually shake it. Like, shake.
Can I buy you a drink, little fella?
Oh no, I'm led to understand the coffee is free and plentiful. But thank you very much for the offer.
No reason for hospitality to go all ungone. I'm just saying, got to be nice to everybody.
We like him, even if he does. Why do you have an ice cream cone lodged?
Funny story. As I was coming up the way a bit, a little kid didn't see me because sometimes I'm kind of quiet, and he just let out this horrendous screech and threw that at my face. I zagged, and it ended up on my chest and all over my shirt.
I'm going to make a GM ruling and say it was even your least favorite brand of ice cream. So whatever flavor Jackie really hates, it was that
Rum
flavor.
raisin.
There we go.
Oh,
Hit him with the rum raisin.
That's it, right?
How do, Finley? Good to see you again.
likewise.
All right.
By the way, I'm doing.
What y'all
I'm doing
doing
a
here?
I'm doing a thing. I'm doing a thing, Evan.
What are you doing?
Life site.
Oh, okay.
Oh, discard. Where did you? Ah, there's discard.
By the way, the owl has hopped back up on your shoulder, Christina.
Okay. Christina's happy as fuck to have this owl on her shoulder. I don't know why, but this makes her very happy.
The owl kind of
Put your owl on my shoulder.
fluffs its feathers and says, "I require scritches."
Oh, she'll reach up. She'll reach up and scritch the owl, most definitely.
He kind of hoots approvingly.
One success. Momentary flash of life sight. How's
Okay.
that life pattern holding?
Okay. How to explain? Jackie is now
Evan.
Jackie is now more corpse than person.
I assume. Is it like obviously impeding him? Is he turning into a zombie or something?
No, it's just his life energy is incredibly low, as in people minutes from death levels of low.
So I assume it's been steadily going down then. Or actually, can I
kind of-
see any visible change in it?
No, it's kind of capped at a point, as in it's not getting any worse, but it's not getting any better.
By the way,
We
he's
should have
not.
to talk.
Sorry, go ahead.
The owl will say, "We shall have to talk about my living arrangements. I shall require some kind of cage, a large bird dish, and at least he contemplates. My salary shall be 4 mice. 4 mice a day."
Christina will nod. They're agreeable.
And of course, unlimited scritching.
Of course.
But that goes without saying.
She smiles. I promise.
Sorry, what?
Take very good care of you.
Sorry, what were you saying, Solon?
I actually forgot in the wake of 4 mice.
It's 3 mice, 4 on Sunday.
Ah, okay.
For the record, in terms of size, the owl is probably... He's probably about the size of from your from the tip of your forefinger down to just above your elbow. So he's pretty big. He doesn't weigh all that much though, because he's mostly just feathers.
So good sized, but not like a big barn owl or anything.
Yes, essentially that. Yeah.
Okay.
He also doesn't look as angry as this picture shows him, but I thought that this looked like a pretty color for an owl. This may or may not have been one of the owl pictures I sent to Kim during our owl wars, because we just randomly send pictures of owls to each other. But yes. So as I said, Jackie's life force is stable in a sense; it's not changing, but it looks like a man who's minutes from death, and the energies surrounding him that penetrate and course through his veins have now become more entropic than resonating with a healthy life signature.
Well, he's going to pass that on in simple terms. Well, whatever that thing's doing to you, it doesn't appear to be getting worse. So you may have hit rock bottom in that regards.
I know. I won't care of it.
The owl will look at Christina and he'll say, "It would appear as though Mr. Kinbro is dying."
Dying?
Yes.
How so?
Well, that's what our friend here. Sorry, Mr. Weiss, was it? Do forgive me. Here am I meeting new people, and I don't even have a notebook to write down their names.
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. You were saying that there was something wrong with Mr. Kinro in here.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
I feel fine.
So I also have, I believe I have life scan.
Do you have Primer Spirit? Because that'll turn up something even more interesting.
Spirit 2.
So yes.
Ooh.
I have Prime 2 and Spirit 2, actually.
Actually, I'm going to pass that on in character and be like, if you know a little bit about, what was it, primal?
If you want to whack on your sights and have a look at them, by all means do.
I've already seen it, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you know anything about primal sights or spirits, that'll be an even more interesting
So
look.
Christina will activate Spirit Sight and look him over.
I'm gonna let Jackie describe what you see. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'm gonna go get something to drink quickly.
Does your character's paradigm include like ley lines and like body chakras and stuff like that?
Marcus, what'd you say?
I said, does your character's paradigm and stuff in school understand like ley lines and body and basically how prime courses through people
Yes.
and how life should be in people?
Yes.
Okay. This person isn't powered by alive things. This person is powered by the darkest and coldest of blackest abilities. It's powered by oblivion.
Oh, okay.
The anti-life
She
equation.
She blinks and
there's something else
Okay.
there that is basically concentrated into his left hand, not his right hand, his left hand. And it's got a symbol on the outside of it. If you want to make either occult, esoterica, or Shadowlands lore roll, you can. I don't know what the difficulty is going to be though.
I got a call.
886. It'd be easier to do it with Shadowlands lore, but I don't think you possess Shadowlands lore, so it'd be a difficulty 8 intellect cult lore in order to gather what the symbol means.
Okay.
I return. I really
You
like
also
this
know
picture
that
of
is not a tattoo.
Oh, it's really
Right.
not. If anything, it reminds you of an open wound that somebody has poured black pigment into.
That's fun. Okay, so intelligence occult. I have 5 dice for that.
It's funny. I ain't rolled it yet.
There you are, Dublin. Discord. The fate, right?
Mhm.
For cult. Two successes.
Okay. That appears, well, for start, it's Chinese. It's a Japanese kanji, and it's something to.
Okay.
It's very very old, and quite esoteric. It appears to be a conglomeration of two words. You're pretty sure one means the forgotten or to forget, and the other one is something to do with the end or death.
Okay, so he's basically her walking antithesis. Good thing mages don't are affected by antithesis that way in this game. So she just swallows and she nods. She doesn't say a fucking word. She just gives Jackie a knowing glance, like I know what you are, but I'm not gonna say a damn thing. And go back to she's going to down her brandy and she's going to ask for another.
The fireman will pour you another brandy.
I keep getting that reaction. I don't really understand it.
You have a violent spirit inside you.
He is only violent if you do something silly.
That's kind of what makes him violent, though.
I'm violent if you do something silly.
Yes, but typically if someone punches you because you insult them, you don't try and, kill them with a blast of negative energy.
Oh my, my, my. What do we have here?
And suddenly the owl has gained a new accent.
Kill somebody with a blast of negative. Anybody punch me?
So,
For the record, in the doorway, you will see Top Hat and Tails. This individual casually flicking his long silver hair from over one shoulder.
What the hell is that appearance score?
His appearance score. His appearance score is 2, but he's also got distinguishing marks and a whole bunch of other weirdness. He's also missing one of his eyes, but that one's not pictured in the picture.
Gotcha.
He's wearing an eye patch over one of his eyes.
my, my, my. I haven't seen one of these in oh so very long. So, Mr. Kinrowan, I'm led to understand you've been dabbling in places that you shouldn't be. But, hang on a tick. There's a face that I know.
You see this individual clasp his hands behind his back as he walks into the room. All of you, as he walks in, it's as if the room itself became colder by at least 10 degrees. It's very, very noticeable. The doors will close behind him, and he'll walk to Christina, and he'll smile, and he'll say,
Why is it I know your face, love?
She'll shake her head. Not sure.
he'll snap his fingers. Pong, pong.
I made a promise to you that I'd take you for a lovely walk, if you remember.
She kind of like racks her brain. Folds her arms.
Out of character,
Likely.
I was going to say, does Christina remember this personage? I hope you do.
Out of character, I'm having trouble remembering. She probably would.
Mr. Grave.
Let me do it.
Right. It's Gravedigger. Okay. Yeah, she nods. Right. You did. When are you going to do that?
He'll say, I have time right now, after I deal with something else of interest. If you can wait for 10 to 15 minutes.
Of course. Have all night.
Okay. So, Mr. Kinrow, and I'm led to understand that you quite literally thrust your hand into something so dark, depraved, and different that you can't even comprehend the trouble that you're in.
What?
What was that? Sorry, Marcus?
We got part of what you said. You cut off for part of it.
Oh, he said, I'm led to understand that you put your hand into something so dark, depraved, and indifferent that you can't even understand what it is.
What?
He's saying you put. But like you can see, there's that moment where Finley's like, "Okay, how do we explain that?" He's saying that you did something really, really nasty. He's probably referring to the spirit. I'm not sure, or maybe the ectoplasm.
Who are you talking to, Gravedigger?
Mr. Gravedigger to you, and I'm talking to you. I'm wondering why it is that you've got death written all over you, boy.
Even exchange.
Even exchange? That's an interesting concept. I wondered if that's how you'd see it, but then again, you religious types always view things in an odd, perpetual way, don't you?
Man, family's that way, ain't it?
You see him very casually shrug as he says, well, I've got to keep my promise to Miss Christina, and I thought I might be able to help you in your idiotic transient state, all in one fell
What
swoop.
idiotic transient state?
Well, the fact of the matter is that you're neither alive nor dead, so obviously you're either going to go to one or the other inevitably, so currently you're in a transient state between the two.
I know I'm not living or dead. It's the deal that was struck. It's no big deal.
On the contrary, that seems to be quite a big deal.
Especially sorry, go ahead.
What deal exactly did you make?
He
What do
tried
you
to
mean?
steal. He tried to steal something from a very old and powerful ghost, or something that's similar to a ghost.
That weren't no Hank.
It was bossing them around like one.
Let me ask.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you, new person, name, who is...
Finley Weiss.
Nice to meet you. My name is Gravedigger. Mr. Gravedigger, at your service.
Pleasure to meet you.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. White, and indeed the darling Christina, who's looking even more lovely than usual. Gravedigger, behave yourself, at least for now you're on the official clock. Allow me to ask you a question, Mr. Weiss. Do you know what soul steel is?
Other than it sounds like a literal description of an ability of some sort, no, I don't understand it in this context.
Christina, do you know what soul steel is?
Well, I imagine it's
You cut out after I imagine it's A, and then I didn't hear what you said.
because for some reason it automatically muted me again, and I don't know why. So, she says, Something that steals another soul?
No. As a matter of fact, you're both taking it literally, but in the wrong way of literally. It's metal forged in the Shadowlands, forged in the other world, the mirror world, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Steel? Okay. Soul
That's
steel.
yes. That's literally made from people's souls.
Well, that's concerning.
Gravedigger extends his hand and he kind of clenches it into a fist. I just have to make a quick roll. Un momento, le por favor.
Don't botch.
Won't hurt him if he botches. It'll hurt me.
Excellent. That's enough for what he was doing. Marcus, the 4 soul steel rods that permeate your hand will start to glow and burn. It's not doing damage yet. It's more so just showing the fact that they're there. And he'll say, and someone's got someone's soul torn up and ripped through his hand to keep the darkness in check.
That's what I
Christina
did.
tilts her head and her jaw drops. What a predicament you've gotten yourself in.
So it wasn't enough to try stealing essence from the spirit and to drink its ectoplasm. You put dead soul metal in your hand.
And once they got shoved in there.
It seems like this is a trend. Do you want to be on this side of the veil or the other?
Do you not have a problem with this?
Like to talk to somebody who's more educated about the situation? Because I got you.
Well, I'm led to understand that you've already been speaking to my darling daughter Ikiro on the topic.
She has had some insights into my predicament. Yes, sir.
Of course she has. By the way, yes, Finlay, you just heard exactly what you heard.
Yeah, he's still processing that. Give him a few.
So, what is it that my darling bundle of insanity has told you then, I contemplate?
Which one of them? I've only asked the girl.
Trust me, my boy is not. Trust me, if I was to say that Ikiro was what the fuck do you say? Ikiro is the quintessential. An apple does not fall far from the tree. Unfortunately, Sideshow fell and ended up getting drop kicked by the idiot fucking sitting under the tree and landed somewhere in La La Land over there on the other side of the park.
Well, suffice to say, is understanding of my particular predicament. Well, there's been 3 schools of thought. Is the soul steel can be used to tune my body so that I do not suffer any more ill effects from the attempt to meld with oblivion. Second school of thought, the equal trade that I made was for a piece of my soul for a piece of oblivion. Now, the thing that is trapped inside me, I will respect it enough and refer to it as they, because it is what they prefer. It is not a ghost. It is something else entirely.
However, I contemplate this Jackie Killen-Rowan, member of the what was the exact thing that you remember of the Anid or the Anid?
I did.
Thank you. The I did. My apologies. Member of the I did, servant to the youth Thanatos. What price are you willing to pay for the answer to your contemplations and your questions?
Is you the answer giver?
He'll say, I know where you can get answers, yes.
Do you now? Huh. Pretty pretty for an actual answer. Why, you want a piece of the soul still to keep me alive?
I have enough soul steel to do me several lifetimes. No, it's more so I want to see if you're suitable and if you're able to make your way to where the information is held.
All I heard is if you're able to get to where the information is held.
That's all he said. He wants to know if you're able to get to where the information is held.
Can you repeat that?
He literally said he wants to see if
Evan?
you can. He wants to see if you can get to where the information is held.
Is this a test? Are you testing me?
It's more so the introduction or preliminary round to what is a test that the cosmos will give you.
You ain't here of your own volition, are you?
If you wish, you'll see he'll spin around very quickly on one foot, and as he comes back around, you'll see the fact he's holding the scythe he's pictured with in his in his hand, and he will shrug as he will say, "I can show you where to look, and as a matter of fact, I owe my darling Christina a little walk. If you'd care to join us, I can show you what it is you're missing. We can even bring the accountant. After all, he appears to be good at tabulating. Who knows, he might be good for something. Oh, and before you ask, Mr. Weiss, how I know you're an accountant, it's because you don't exactly keep your mind hidden and obscured from those who could poke at it."
Pick that trick up.
That ain't no decoration, is it? That's a badge of office, isn't it?
Christina will finish off her second glass of brandy, and will stand up and hold her arm out for Gravedigger.
Gravedigger will loop his arm around it and he'll say, "By the way, Mr. Weiss, I've just got to ask, right, in the section of your mind that I can only assume deals with your perversions, how exactly do they get into that position?"
Usually there's a restraint.
Excellent.
He's completely answering nonchalantly, like, eh.
Hey. Right?
What was that, Marcus?
I think he was talking to his wraith. Spectre. Thing.
Spectre.
Very calmly, Gravedigger will, with his free hand, he'll bring the scythe around and flick it down in a large spiraling arc over his head. And where it passes, you will notice that there's a deep tear in what appears to be the fabric of reality. And in the midst of the darkness and the illusion that it creates, you see a cold, dark place on the other side. As he'll say, "Shall we go for a walkabout then, boys and girls?"
Christina will nod.
Of course, he'll fall on his face on the way there and trip over some things, but yeah, he'll make it.
Oh, while you are in Gravedigger's presence, your luck normalizes.
1 second.
Just an important note.
Can I feel the other thing? Is it here with me?
I beg your pardon?
The thing in my that talks to me all the time. Is it there?
Yes, but it appears it's not as worried about Gravedigger as it was about the Dagda, but it's very hesitant to do anything in his presence.
I see. 4 bound shackled to him? Are they still there?
Oh, yeah.
straightens his jacket, he zips it up real tight, and starts walking.
Okay. You will step through the portal that Gravedigger created. He'll snap his fingers as you walk through, which will seal it up behind you rather neatly. You stand in a room that is a mirror of the room in which you stood a few moments before. However, everything has been elongated and the color has changed to a much darker hue. It has essentially experienced what I lovingly refer to as Tim Burtonization.
That's amazing.
But yes, the surroundings are much the same as they were hither, tither, dither, and yon. The city itself outside looks dark and looks, as I say, everything is out of proportions. The windows are stretched far too thin. The buildings are far too eerily spindly. Everything appears to have a looming sense over you. And Gravedigger will kind of brush his hands together and he'll say, "Now then, just one little quick rule, little tidbit, because I know my daughter Iki is rather fond of this little trick. Don't look up. Mostly because I don't want to have to carry you out of here. And also, I'm pretty sure that..."
Is Archimedes still on her shoulder?
Yes.
Jackie says, that means you see Oblivion, right?
Correct.
I look into Oblivion every night.
Well, nobody wants that willingly.
That's really not healthy.
Don't seem to affect me no way.
Anyway, moving swiftly. Gravedigger will extend his hand, and the wall in front of you that will lead down onto the street that Dublin would be in the real world explodes outwards soundlessly, as in there is no sound to the explosion, but it explodes outwards. And the bricks will reform themselves in order to create a staircase that you can easily walk down. He'll say, "One good thing about being on this side of the gauntlet is fuck paradox."
Indeed.
Now, we're going to go on a lovely little walk. Needless to say, please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. If any of those items are placed outside the vehicle at any time, they may be removed for safety purposes. Gravedigger Incorporated and traveling tours are not responsible for the loss of any limbs incurred during this tour.
Christina is quite amused by that spiel. Hey, Captain.
For the record, as you step down, you will notice Gravedigger's wearing a ring on his left hand, and there are dozens of chains that lead off it in all directions that are shining, glowing ephemerally. You can pass straight through them as if they're not there, but you can't see what they're connected to, mostly because whatever they're connected to must not be physically here. You will notice...
Are they more solid to me? Is stuff more real to me than it seems to be for other people?
Not really. Everything seems to be the same. The chains are the exact same level of ephemera. You don't feel as cold here as everyone else does, mostly because you are practically living with that sense of cold on a daily basis. You become inured to it. Anyway, he will proceed to walk you down the streets. You will see a number of wraiths casually going about their day-to-day business or their unlively business in the streets. You will see vendors calling their wares in stalls. They're offering things like memories and twisted dreams in exchange for Stygian coin. Everyone will very quickly bow their heads respectfully and tip their hats to Gravedigger as he walks by, clearly absolutely terrified of him, as he very calmly makes his way down the road.
Cool, no one's scared of me. I'm fine.
It's more so the fact that it's almost like what would happen when Hitler and Mussolini were together in the same room. There was always going to be one person who was a lot more terrifying than the other. Don't think that you are in any way positive to them. You're not. It's just that there's a much bigger, more obvious thing here that they're afraid of.
You will come eventually to a large, decrepit building. A building that looks as if it has seen better days, with worn out cobbles, with worn out stones that lead up to it, cracked, opaque marble through which moss and lichen grows. Still that same grey as the rest of all of the plant life in this place. The building simply reads Memorandum de Mortem, which, if any of you speak Latin, literally means the memories of the dead.
Here's how you know so much, huh?
He'll contemplate and he'll say, well, I've been around the block before a few times, Mr. Kilrowan, what can I say? But yeah, I know exactly where to look when I need information, but there's always a price.
Little sanity never hurt nobody.
Hmm?
Little sanity never hurt nobody.
That's what you say. Different people have different allotments and different gradients for their sanity. After all, once again, you've met Ikiro. I'm pretty sure that she was born batshit.
I can neither confirm nor deny that supposition, sir.
He'll shrug and say, well, fascinating. Shall we go in?
You know what a rowan tree is?
I'm well aware of what a rowan tree is.
Lady and gentlemen, do you freely enter this building? Because he can't make you. Of course, he's your only ride out, so you might want to follow him.
Oh yeah, Christina's walking beside him. Everything.
Okay.
But yes, she accepts the invitation to go.
As you enter, you will once again feel, my God, this place is dusty. As in, holy crap, I could have walked into Tutankhamun's tomb and I'd be experiencing less dust buildup than this. You see a very high desk, behind which there is a wizened old man. And once again, when I say wizened, to use the same analogy, holy crap, that looks like Tutankhamun's mummy under the bandages. But he is scratching away at a book. And he will look up with very, very tiny, beady eyes behind great rimmed spectacles as you enter, and he will say, "Yes, good day. What is it that I can do for you?" For the record, as he says this, you will notice the fact that Mr. Gravedigger is not in the room with you anymore. You can actually see him sitting outside. He was standing there a moment ago.
Christina will look around confused, like, where did he go?
Need memories.
You seek information. Is that why you're here, mortal? Well, fleshling.
Reckon so.
Well. As we say, this contains the vaults of all of the memories of those who have passed within the necropolis. It is a rather valuable commodity. However, in order to gain access, there is a price. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, passages and the like.
Okay. We're now going to play a fun little game called Evan Offers You Shiny Things in exchange for horrible consequences. Are we all listening?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Okay. This library, this sacred trove of knowledge, can yield you as many dots in Wraith lore, Shadowlands lore, Spirit lore,
or dark umbral lore as you like, up to a maximum of 5 each. However, for every 2 dots you buy, you must either decide on one or the other. The loss of the ability to permanently feel a given emotion or the gaining of a permanent derangement. You do not choose the emotion. I choose the emotion.
For every 2 dots.
For every 2 dots. I also choose the derangement.
Great.
But
I mean, this made my character had a very interesting path.
It can yield you as many pieces of information, as much lore as you like, that can be added to your sheet.
I'm going to PM you something, Evan.
Okay. Yes, you do. You get to choose which you would rather give, a derangement or lose the ability to feel the given emotion. It can also be on 2 separate things. So you can say, I want 1 dot in this lore and 1 dot in this lore, at which point it will count. Also, the first dot will also count for 1, but you will not take 1 at the second. It's basically so you can't just go, I'll just have 1 dot for free. As it, you will acquire it instantly, as in you may write it down on your character sheet when this session is done. You don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad. Yes. Sorry. Yes, Marcus, it does.
All right. I go, hey, use your clout and get me this suit for free.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, all right. You could, though, couldn't you?
Possibly.
Your name's in here somewhere?
I don't have a name.
You don't have a name. You are not a ghost. You are not a specter. That don't leave a whole lot.
Okay, Solomon, PM me. As I said, it's all up to you guys. I did the exact same thing to Tim yesterday, except it was demon lore and Nefandi lore. And he nearly had a spastic heart attack. He's just like, Evan, why is this the one character I can't go full ham on? And I was just like, science.
Well, I mean, I don't think a derangement or a loss of emotion would take away from my character too much. That's why I'm thinking very hard about this.
The Oblivion is covered.
Wraithor and Shadowlands lore is very shiny for me right now. Very shiny. Oh. Damn it.
Marcus, Oblivion is covered under Shadowland.
Okay. And what in the shit's dark umbral lore?
That's the lore of the darkest part of the Dark Umbra, the lore of the Abyss.
Is the Oblivion lower than the Abyss?
No, the Oblivion is different to the Abyss. The Abyss is essentially that part of the Dark Umbra wherein lived Demon the Fallen, basically.
Oh, the naughties.
The naughties, yes.
Sure, I'll take the 2 derangements and take 5 dots in Shadowlands lore.
Jesus.
With a specialty in Oblivion.
You're gonna go ham.
What was that? What was that, dear?
Just saying.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Fuck it. I was just yeah. So like 5 dots in Shadowlands lore with a specialty in Oblivion.
Are you sure?
Can I get 2 derangements or whatever?
Yeah, huh?
And you're gonna pick them and make my character absolutely unbearable to play?
I'm not going to make you unbearable to play, but that's a really big decision to make.
It's a very big decision.
Well,
basically, the logic is that the more you read into these things, the more you come to the quote unquote truth of truth of life and death, the more it unravels you.
Right.
The more it would unravel a normal person, but I'm halfway there already. So I'm pretty sure there's some sort of protection in there that I don't know about. I'm gonna see.
Hey, Evan, you're allowed to think that.
Like, Marcus is just punching the ham button right now.
With his face.
I'm an idiot. Sure, I'll do it.
Are you 100% sure, Marcus?
Why not make the character unplayable? I've already done it so far. Hold on. Here's my reasoning, Evan. No one can tell me anything about this thing because nobody knows. Wait, I can't know. It's been forgotten. There's no amount of lore that's going to tell me anything. Is there?
Correct.
So no, I'm good.
No, I don't need to know shit. I'm good.
No, I can't. There's no. It won't be here. It's been forgotten. That's the trick.
There's a reason that Evan didn't want to be the dick of the GM when you knew something, but you weren't putting the dots together in the right order. Could have been a dick. Could have been a dick.
I'm good.
Anyway.
Hey, look up. I'm good. But if one of y'all want me to go a little crazy for you so y'all can know some stuff, I'll hook you right up.
To answer your question, Lindsay, I would do paranoia and the inability to feel sadness.
Damn! Yeah, that would actually be very, very interesting to play on my character. I'm gonna do it. So 2 dots of Shadowlands lore and two dots of Wraith lore, and I gain paranoia and the ability to feel sadness.
But Lindsay, the other one you can't get. Like there's no way. Where else are you gonna get Dark Umbra lore?
What do you mean? It's true.
You can take the 5th dot, and it will not cost you an extra thing because it's every 2. So you can take a dot in Dark Umbra lore if you really want it.
Okay.
Also actually known as lore of the Abyss, but oh crap! That means you now understand the basics of demons. Have fun with that.
Yay! That's fantastic.
Wow, her first scene, she's like, "Yay, it's Christmas."
Or wait, hang on, Lindsay. As you come to the realization of what lurks in the darkness of the abyss, all you can think of is simply this. Is it great? Or are they watching me? They could be watching me.
Oh yeah. Damn. Fucking paranoid. Yes.
Actually, no. I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give you paranoid because that one is too. Let me think. Let me think. Give me a moment. I don't want to give paranoid because paranoid is not fun.
Well, it's only invoke. Well, you wouldn't be a dick and invoke it unless it was really warranted. So remember that. That's the thing.
That's fair. I do invoke arrangements, though. I will point that out. I did it to Kim all the time with. No, you know what? You know what? I'm totally going to give it to her because it was the most fun arrangement to play. The last time I could play with it was you're going to get megalomania.
Oh fucking!
Oh, Jesus. You know, that works really well with her avatar in Living Legend. Because
Yes, you're going to get megalomania and the inability to feel sadness.
Yes! Yes! That's awesome.
Everything's awesome.
Jackie, begin.
Awesome. Happy Hogswatch to me. I get lore and an owl and a fun new derangement and loss of an emotion. Amazing.
Jackie starts clicking nails with his carambit.
So Solon, did you want to get anything from the library or did you not? Sorry, I'm not exactly sure what you were saying to me. You're
I've been posting on the side here also.
um
I'm trying to call a lifeline. You know which one. I only have one on my sheet.
Oh, you want your wait, I'm confuzzled. I possess confuzzled.
No, you had it right the first time.
Your avatar?
Yep.
It
doesn't have to be a big threat. It doesn't have to be a big thing. He's just wondering what her opinion is on it.
She's very much into the pragmatic usage and exercise of power, and from knowledge comes power.
Yep. Then I will tell you what I'm getting in private message. Can you since you told them what they were getting prior to their decisions, could you tell me what I would get? Again, I'll PM you, so you can just PM it back. Because I like to keep it close to the vest and see if people figure it out, whatever it is. Okay.
Sorry, you want me to message you what you would have to do?
Yeah, I got it here.
Okay.
I figured out the trick.
What's the trick?
Nothing, just tells me that Gravedigger's not here of his own volition.
Gravedigger has a volition. And yes, I will put out the more stuff you ask for, the more severe they do get. Sorry, so I actually can't spell the word. I was trying to spell dementia. Mostly because Evan can't actually spell today, apparently.
What is that? What is that derangement in this context? Like, I know it's something elderly people suffer typically.
Dementia is basically it makes you become confused and or forgetful quite easily. It's essentially like Alzheimer's disease, but it's genetic Alzheimer's disease.
Oof, that sounds like it'd make it pretty hard to play the character.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm being messaged.
Sorry.
I tell you what, mostly because I don't want people to like completely hamstring and neuter their characters. How about you do the same thing how about you do the same thing that Lindsay did? Take one and one, lose one emotion and gain one derangement. I will retailor the derangement, and you still get 5 picks of things.
I'll do it.
Okay. So in that case, you're going to lose the ability to feel anger and derangement-wise.
I'd make a suggestion, but I'm pretty sure you don't want me picking this, even though I know one that would really screw with me.
Let me think. Manic depression.
Ooh, I can do that.
You do hear Jackie say one thing. He says, "Well, it's a good thing preacher son stopped by yesterday and gave me the answer to this here question, or I'd be in a whole heap of trouble."
So, okay, is everyone happy with their slow yet inevitable descent into madness?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I sure am. This is amazing.
Okay, I'm going to actually call the scene here as Evan is actually really tired. It is coming up to 4 o'clock in the morning my time, so I really do need to get to sleep.
Okay, sounds good.
So, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin where I let my players go full ham, and by full ham I mean ram their head repeatedly on the ham button. Have a pleasant evening.